Hello, my fellow VSGers. This is Jote Saint, along with Frankensleeve, bringing you another quick fact: frequently asked questions. And this frequently asked question is, what is the psychological evaluation? The psychological evaluation was the last thing I had to go through to demonstrate that I was prepared and ready to have bariatric surgery. The test is a list of about 500 questions, and it serves three purposes. One, it demonstrates that you're able to make a rational decision about having weight loss surgery, that you understand the consequences of having the surgery, and that you have realistic expectations. And it also demonstrates that you don't have any mental issues that may interfere with or cause you to get off of the diet plan and be able to live with the dietary and physical changes that are coming up after surgery. The test was two parts. There was the initial quiz, and then there was a 20-minute interview with a psychologist. And as I said, it was about 500 questions, and the type of test they administered was a series of questions that were on a graduated scale. The answers were not just yes, no. They were on a graduated scale. There were about 5 choices, beginning with strongly disagree, and they would have levels in between that would go up to strongly agree. Then there were about 300 questions with a rating scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being you don't care about whatever the topic was, and 5 being that you cared the most. And I could really summarize the test as it says it was 500 questions, but really it was 100 questions asked 5 different ways. So they would ask you a question on, like, say, question number 10, they would ask a question, and then you would run across a similar question at question number 20 or 25, and it would be phrased a different way. So they were really trying to dig down and get to your core emotional state and find out how you really felt about a subject. There were a wide variety of questions dealing with everything from bullying to how you felt about drug use, alcohol abuse, how you felt about the world, whether you thought the world hated you, how you felt when approaching a stranger, if you felt like people were out to get you, how your moods are, if you felt happy to be alive, if you would care less if you were dead, and just on and on and on. There were really many questions that would tell a psychologist your outlook on life, how you felt about people, and how you felt about yourself. And the final part of it was the in-person interview, and I went and talked to the psychologist for about 20 minutes, and most of his questions simply centered around making sure that I knew the consequences of weight loss surgery, that I had realistic expectations about how much weight I was going to lose and what the outcomes were going to be, and realized this was a new way of life. He questioned me about if I understood that I would have to be living this way for the rest of my life, and that was pretty much it. He just had a brief conversation with me just to evaluate my mental state, what I expected out of the surgery, and how I felt I was going to be living after surgery. He didn't grade the evaluation or anything. I didn't get anything in the mail to let me know. Everything was sent directly to the doctor, and the doctor in turn told me what the outcome of the evaluation was. I've seen several questions on the boards about the psychological evaluation and whether or not the psychologist was going to disqualify a person because of this or that. I believe that if you just have a healthy outlook on the surgery, have reasonable expectations, don't believe that this is going to be an overnight quick fix, and don't expect to be a runway model when you finally do lose the weight. So that's what I would like to tell anyone who is pre-op and is worried about the psychological evaluation, is to go in there with a healthy outlook on life, a reasonable expectations for the outcomes on surgery, and a positive belief that you can live the new lifestyle and live within the guidelines your doctor is going to give you for post-op living. So, this is Jote Saint. along with Frankensleeve, signing off from VSG land. And keep pimping that sleeve.